What's up, Saber friends? Jedi here. Just wanted to show off this Graflex 2.1 that I just finished up. It is in the Last Jedi configuration, and it has a TCSS 1-inch blade holder. It has a Prizm 4 that's held in place with a Goth 3D Padawan chassis, 3.7 volt lithium-ion battery that runs the Tri-cree RB B W. It also has a Saber Essentials 28mm bass speaker. Starting with the bunny ears, they've been ground down to vintage size, and I ordered a TGS rivet style screw for it. On top it's got the RPF run accurate button insert. The beer tab screw has been ground down so that it sits flatter, and also it has an accurate beer tab. It has the Skywampa brass gold insert pins there. It has a TGS glass eye screw that's been ground down in the style of The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi. It also has what, I guess on camera, that one picture that we have, there's like a washer between the glass eye and the Graflex, and I tried to simulate that here with a silver ring. There's only been a couple of shots that we've kind of gotten a good shot of that glass eye, and that's the best I could do to get that effect. Let me know in the comments whether you think that's a good idea or not. It has the accurate KR screws right here and here. Of course, it has the TCSS 1-inch blade holder, so it comes with the aux switch on the side. I put a small, drilled just a small hole just right there, so that even though this is not look 100% accurate, that just gives it a little bit more accuracy look to it, to the slide switch. Moving on down, we have the Skywampa card. Now I put a silver foil backing to it because I don't like being able to see down into the clamp. I know that's not entirely accurate, but that's what I went for, but that is totally reversible. It has Max Brown rivets. It has a Skywampa pommel. It has the screws that hold this on right here have been filed down to look more like rivets. And the reason I did that is because I still want to be able to take this off, because all the holes let the sound out. You can take this off and be able to get max sound. I think that's just about it on the modifications. Two things that I forgot to mention was, one, the accurate KR blade plug, and that I drilled this screw hole out so that it sits almost flush. Alright, so let's power it up.
Young Ray, welcome.
Now it's got that Adrian 10 speaker in it, and of course the Max Brown rivets allow sound out. There's a hole down here in the Skywampa pommel that cap that allows sound to come out through the D-ring. I also drilled a small hole just right there, so you get that back bass from that speaker that also comes out there. Let's fire it up here. It's right. It's push button activation up here. Okay. Again, we've got a royal blue, blue, white, and I run all three for the Last Jedi silver blade that you kind of see in the throne room. But you can modify it. You just press both buttons. I hope you saw that change. I think this is Bespin 2, and I have an older version of Bespin 2 that doesn't have the color change. You can see that's a royal blue only, and then a blue dye only, and then back to the mix of all three. And then that's the royal blue and the blue that give you that nice TFA blue. I'll show those off in a few minutes with the blade demo. Let's turn it off here. Okay. Now to get, I have a hidden set screw. You take your TGS eye off and just right in there. I decided to go with this because it gives it just a little bit more grip. So you'll just loosen this up. And of course it's got the KR blade plug. And you'll be able to put your blade in, tighten that up, and put your glass eye back on. And it still remains accurate to the look. Also, if you want to get a little bit better sound, I kept these screws and just made them kind of look more like rivets by grinding them down. It's hard to do on camera, but just remove this. Now, since I decided that, you know, I wanted this to look accurate for this, I decided to drill out the holes for the speaker so that if you did want to get a lot of sound, or if I did want to get a lot of sound there, it allows that Adrian Tan speaker just to really open up. Let's do a blade demo. Alright, here's the blade demo. Now I think this is set up in the Force Awakens blue.
Darkness.
Breathe.
Light.
Yes. Breathe. Now, reach out.
The balance.
It's so much bigger.
So we're going to change the colors real quick. That's the royal blue. Regular blue. It's hard to do with one hand. And the TFA blue, which is now kind of my favorite.
Darkness rises and light to meet it.
Adrian Tan's making great speakers. Y'all need to get in on that. As you can see, the blade looks great. Just wanted to go over a few things real quick about the install. I can't say enough good things about Goth chassis. His chassis are just phenomenal, and they're perfect for what you need, just the right size. I can't say enough good things about him. Now it's got the turnstile kill key right there. It's kind of got the, just not because for really decorative purposes, but just to kind of make it look more than just a plastic chassis. It's got a little bit of rub and buff put on it just to give it a little bit of a shimmer. With each new project, really what I'm focused on now, because I understand the basics and the fundamentals of soldering and getting the board in and finding all the right spots to put things. What I'm focusing on now is doing a much better job with my wire management. Try to have all the wires underneath here. The only thing that I really wish I could have done a little bit better is, you can see here, the power wire is still visible. I really wish I had been able to do a little bit better than that. But is not really noticeable. I guess you can see the speaker wire a little bit there too through that window, but most of the wiring is all hidden, which it makes me happy. I think if I had it to do it again, I wouldn't so much worry about hiding the wires here because it's just so hard because of the speaker and the battery coming right there. I would probably put some sort of mesh or something over those windows. Just some thoughts. Oh, something else that I forgot to mention. The Adrian Tan speaker right here is a very loud, very bass speaker, and I was having a lot of issues with vibration. It would vibrate all the way up the chassis, even with the back part on. It was still causing false swings, false clashes, and it was driving me nuts, and I had no idea how to fix it. Now, Goth gives you barely a millimeter of space here, so there's not much you can do about that. But the solution I came up with, I'm not sure if you can see down in there, is a little ring of foam just right here behind these holes. It just sits in a round, and if you can see the taper here. So what happens is when you put it in there, the little ring of foam just fits right around there and holds it steady. It also separates the front part of the speaker and the back part of the speaker, which as a former kind of sound kind of person, that's something that you definitely want with your speaker. You want complete separation from what's coming out of the back of the speaker and what's coming out of the front. It gives you better sound. For some reason, the Adrian Tan speakers don't care about stuff like that. They're loud, period. But anyway, when you fit that in there, it just snugs up right there, holds the whole thing from vibrating heavily, and just completely took all of that out. There it is. If you have any questions, concerns, or criticisms, just put them down in the comments below, and I'll try to answer as soon as I can. Thanks, guys. May the Force be with you.